Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here, and welcome to this war of mine. I've heard so many good things about this game, and people trying to explain it to me as like an experience, albeit somewhat of a depressing one, and we are going to have our hand at this. I hear it can be quite difficult, so I did jump in and play for about 45 minutes to kind of understand some of the crafting and things like that, but for the most part, I'm going to be playing this completely blind, and I think I have to make it like 40 days. I don't know if there's anything beyond that that I need to get accomplished, but I'm just gonna try and survive. If I make it that far, I'd be stoked, but who knows what's gonna happen. So, I am gonna jump in. I was tempted to write my own story, but I think for a first playthrough, I'm just gonna do like a regular attempt, and maybe later on write my own story, get our own characters in there and things like that, but let's give this a shot. I don't know if what, like, choosing these different stories actually does, so I am just going to random and see what happens. Wish me luck. Okay, here we are. Now, this is already interesting because when I tried it out the first time, I had a woman. I believe her name was Katya, but now we have 3 guys. So how long has the siege lasted? It's hard to say when every day is a struggle for survival. The city is crawling with snipers. Shelling is ordinary business almost every night. Phones don't work, there's a shortage of food and meds, and many people are left homeless. Bruno and Marko have always been good friends, so when the war broke out, they decided to stick together. They met Pavle while scavenging for supplies. He used to be Pogoran's star football player. Now he's just another homeless victim of war. So they teamed up, hoping for the best. Okay, so we have Pavle. We have Bruno, who's a good cook, although he is slightly wounded. And we have Marko, who's a skilled scavenger, but he's sick. Okay, great. So we already are at a slight disadvantage. I'm gonna have people go and start collecting whatever we can around our place. We have to work relatively quickly, I think, because we have the time up in the upper left here, and when time hits, I don't know if it's midnight. At nighttime anyways, that's when we go to scavenge, and everything is kind of put on hold while we leave people to either defend or to just rest or what have you. So we need to quickly... Okay, this is good. We need to quickly gather as many things as possible. So we've got components, we've got parts, we've got clean water, we've got wood, and we have electric parts here. We also have some herbs which can be used to make medications, I guess, and roll up cigarettes, although I didn't have a chance to do that, so that'll be kind of interesting. Now, let's keep going. Some of the things I remember were locked, and if that's the case, then that could be a little bit difficult. Okay, so we've got a lockpick, we've got some more parts, some water, and some electrical components. Perfect. Oh, he's gonna take, I guess, kind of an interesting path there. Yeah, let's try and make our way through this pile. Now, he made a comment down here, Marko did, saying this would be great if I had a shovel, so that'd be something I might be able to create at our bench, which I'll have to check out. We do have some things outside as well. This is a totally different layout than when I first tried it, so that's kind of cool that it's different every time. Pretty much there's nothing bad for us to grab right now because it's all in our house. When we go to scavenge, we have very limited space, and so... Okay, some food, that's good. More parts. And so you have to make some choices as to what are you going to take out and what are you going to leave behind. These 2 guys are still digging. Now, I'm sure that everybody plays slightly different, and I don't expect to be overly successful, to be honest. I'm gonna try my best to stay alive, but it's going to be quite challenging from what I understand. And you're always fighting like competing priorities in terms of hunger, in terms of people being sick or hurt, people attacking you, being able to make your way through different... Oh, we could use the lockpick on this. Let's do that for now. Making your way through different scenarios, and you have choices whether you want to like rob from people or try to avoid that kind of stuff. Okay, books here. A book is uplifting. The more we have, the better. If times are hard, we can make them into fuel for our heater or stove. Okay, so that's good. If we have to burn books, I guess we could do that. Okay, now Pavle's done. Being a fast runner, I'm not sure in which scenario that's like the best thing to have happen. Obviously, I'm going to try to send out Marko whenever possible. But maybe if we're in like a difficult scenario and we just have to be quick about something, then it'd be good to have Pavle. Okay, we've got more food, more components, more wood, and more electrical stuff. That's good news. Okay, jewelry. Valuable bartering item. We'll have to keep that in mind. Very cool. And actually, in our first house, we had a lot of... I had a lot of doors that were locked. And so this is nice to see that not all of these are stuck. This is our second lockpick now. We use one to get into one of the lockers, which is cool. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got stuff down here. We could unlock that door. We could just sit in the chair, but I honestly think we just need to head down. Oh, here we go. Let's actually unlock this. Crawl through this pile of rubble. I don't know how much replayability there is, but what I will say is between the first time... Oh, we didn't even get anything out of that. Between the first time that I played and now, it's already like... Everything looks significantly different than it was previously. Okay, so this, we used our lockpick. Let's let him dig through that. I think that's pretty much all we can do. Now, we have a couple of choices of things we can build. We can build separate workshops, which let us create other things. A stove, for example, to cook some food on would be great. We also have consumables here, like filters to use in our rainwater collector, which produces clean water. We also have fuel, which we can get from wood, from books, or from components as well. And we also have a metal workshop so that we can make things like shovels, crowbars, knives for self-defense. Later we could use it to build more advanced tools or even repair firearms. I haven't gotten into any weapon stuff. Like, this is all pretty much gonna be me just winging things. We have a heater, which could be good so that people don't get sick. And I'm thinking food, though. I'm thinking food's a good thing. We also... So this is something I didn't build before, but I'm thinking that we could use it for bartering because, yeah, we could use it to barter for things we need, just don't expect too much. We could, like, create a little operation in here, like a moonshine operation, and use that to trade with people and see how that goes for us. But I think for sure we need to make food, and if we're gonna do that, let's place it up in the... We're not gonna make food, we're gonna make an oven. Or a stove, I should say. And then let's go here. We can maybe get something else building while he's doing that. I'm worried about these guys being sick already. Having a bed would be great. Don't get me wrong. A radio. It would be good to listen to current news and weather forecasts. We could better be prepared to deal with hardships if we knew about them well in advance. When there's nothing on the news, we can listen to music and brighten up our mood. I don't know if that's like top priority. Maybe a metal workshop? I mean, we need beds too, we need heat, although I didn't check our temperature here. I guess that's something I might have to keep an eye on. I'm gonna build a metal workshop though. Okay, we're 22 degrees. I'd say that's fairly comfortable for now. So maybe we don't need to dive into anything else just yet. So we're only locked out of, well, probably this right here. We probably need a lockpick. This door for sure. This might be locked, but we'll see. So we now have a place to cook food, which is great, and Bruno's a good cook, so that's fantastic. If we want to cook food, though, we need a couple of things. We need the meat, we need clean water, and we need fuel. Now, I'm probably going to be a bit stingy up front about when we cook things, because if people aren't hungry, I don't think I want to feed them just, like, you know, without having an immediate need for it. What I am going to do is go ahead and build a shovel so we can clear rubble faster. And then I wonder, do we have enough to make one bed? It's already 6:20 p.m. Nighttime's gonna come faster than I can imagine. Let's see if this is locked. Yeah, okay, it is. So, we don't have enough to make a bed. We actually need components. And one of the things I'm gonna do, because I have a really terrible memory, is I'm actually gonna write down some of the things that we need so that when we go out to scavenge, we can get the things that are of top priority. So definitely need components. Probably, being honest, we just need components and wood, I think. Because we could build a simple heater, we could build a bed, we could... What do we need for the moonshine? We need components again. So, yeah, wood and components, pretty much. Nobody's hungry yet, but I'm sure that they will get there soon. And that being said, maybe I shouldn't even have built a crude stove until I actually needed it. But I don't want to be in a scenario where I'm having to scavenge for components, wood, and food. So, it's good that we have a couple of pieces of food in the fridge right now. So that's pretty much all I can do, I think. We built the shovel. And that's good news. What I could do is maybe build the lockpick. Let's do that. So that I can get into at least the easily accessible areas in our own shelter here. And Bruno, I don't really want to burn any books if I don't have to. But, oh Jesus, okay. So, that's it. It's nighttime already. Now, we are going to send out... Marko. He's a skilled scavenger, so he's got 15 space. That's actually quite good. I'm gonna have Bruno sleep, and I'm going to have Pavle guard the place. Now, we don't have a bed, so they're not gonna get the greatest rest, but, yeah. Okay, what do we have here? We've got a shelled cottage. Neighborhood recently got shelled. Many houses are still burning. People were fleeing for their lives in a hurry. So we may find some useful stuff here without meeting anybody, which is great. We need materials. Meds would be good because we have somebody that's sick. We don't really need food just yet. But parts, materials, and meds would probably be good. We also have Decrepit Squat. It's inhabited by the homeless since long before the war. They've always been struggling with the lack of food and might not have survived the recent shortages. They shouldn't be a threat, and we could find some useful things here. Okay, huge amounts of materials, some weapons, and lots of parts. And a semi-detached house. Half of it is in ruin, but there are people living in the other half. They don't seem friendly. At night, you can sometimes hear shots fired from there. We could probably scour the abandoned part for supplies if we manage to sneak past the inhabited part. A little bit riskier. I think for now we go to the shelled cottage for sure. And just double checking that we have everything we want. Yep, let's go. I will take the shovel. Pretty much that's it though. That's really all I want to take. And I have to imagine that we can, like, we have these blocked out backpack slots. I have to imagine that we can unlock those later. But how that happens, I have no idea. So, now we are in here. We will get little notifications showing when people are walking around, and we can kind of watch out for that. So we need components, wood, and maybe some meds if possible, which this is a good start. Okay, we have shell casings, but honestly, I don't think I could even use them if I grab them. So let's grab everything. We're already maxed. Now, I do want to go and see if we can find meds. If that happens, I will certainly drop maybe some of the wood components just to replace it so we can get Marko healed up relatively quick. Oh, this is a lot of food, actually, which is great. We'll just leave it here for now, but we know that we can come back here for it. We have some back home as well, but what I will do, maybe leave some of the wood and grab this batch of water. Any medications? Not quite. We have this stuff, but we can't really just use it. I think we either have to train in it or create something to be able to use the herbs. We got rats. Oh, perfect. Okay. What do we want to get rid of? This isn't a full slot. Actually, you know what? I think we have the most amount of wood. So, I think that's actually a pretty good start. I'm just gonna, since we're here, I'm gonna shovel this through. Just clear it. And then, next time we come back, we could probably get a lot more done because we won't have to waste time clearing this. Alright, let's just see what's out here anyways. Not that we're gonna grab it yet. Oh. Okay, let's see. We have some weapon parts, a book, fertilizer, roll-up cigarettes. Okay, this is good. There's a lot of variety here. Now, is this a person? Uh-oh. Now, we can kind of get some vision, but it's not perfect. Oh, was it just a rat? I think it's just a rat. Alright, let's get out of here. So, this is good. He's sick, right? And I think we got bandages, so that's good for the other guy who's slightly wounded. Don't know that that's gonna help us with being sick, but maybe just some rest would help. Yeah, let's dress that wound. Okay. So, seems that Bruno's starting to feel a bit unwell. Fantastic. So, Marko's slightly sick, tired, and hungry. He slept poorly, he's hungry, slightly sick, and slightly wounded. Okay, this is just all bad. Yeah, so we'll have him heal up. We definitely need to come and create a bed. And we'll have Marko come over, finish the lockpick. Okay, he is now bandaged, slightly sick, but hungry. Alright, let's create a bed. And let's put it... We'll put our bed over here for now. He's bleeding, but just a little, yeah. Okay, now, if we could maybe cook something, that would be great. If we want, we could make some fuel from the wood. Let's do that. We don't have any vegetables. Now, we can cook one dish, like one plate of food, with one piece of meat. If we have one piece of meat and one vegetable, we can cook 2 pieces of food, which is quite a bit more efficient, right? And we need 3 water for 1, we need 5 water for 2. So efficiency-wise, it's best to do that, but we don't have any vegetables right now. And so I'm not gonna be able to do that. So he's creating the bed. You know what else we need is we probably need to create a simple heater. I think would be a good start. Next time we go out, we're definitely going to need parts if we want to build the moonshine, but we're going to need also food because people are going to start to get really hungry, I think. So let's go ahead and make the simple heater. And I'm thinking... I don't know if it matters where you place things. That's one thing I don't know, along with, you know, pretty much everything else. But, I'm gonna maybe put it beside the bed. That could be risky. But, you know what? It'll be warm, if anything. And it is low, so heat rises? I don't know if it matters. But I'm thinking that there might be a few more things that matter in here than what I originally anticipated. So, did you not create... Oh yeah, we created the fuel. Now we need to create the dish. So, go ahead, Bruno. Now, the fact that he's a good cook, I think that that just means he uses less supplies when he cooks. And, I mean, I could be wrong, but, who knows. Now, our scavenger, who is currently building the heater, I'm gonna actually have him rest. And, he's pretty much gonna sleep for the day while we do a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, let's go ahead and... Yeah, we have some... Don't we have wood? We have to chop wood. Okay. So does this thing do nothing right now? Or books. Okay, well, how do we... Huh. We have to have something to burn. Wood or books will do. I know we have those items. Okay, since he's sick, we're gonna prioritize feeding Bruno. Let's see, and we can't make anything, none of this stuff chops wood. Do we have to upgrade our bench, maybe? Okay, apart from making more tools, such as an axe or saw blade, we can also fix broken firearms and helmets. Okay, so that seems to be a pretty big priority. We need components and wood again, but we also need food. So going back to that same area actually might not be so bad. He's going to be resting. I don't know why I can't use any of that wood or even the book in here, though. Because we have a book. Although, you know, we really don't want to do that, I guess. A book is uplifting, so maybe that keeps people happy. Here's some thoughts on our shelter. So it's one depressingly ugly ruin. We should definitely do something about it. We only have one chair, we have one bed, but we could use more. It's hard to get a good night's sleep on hard, cold concrete. We don't have a radio, we don't know what's going on in the city. We really miss books. A good book would help us forget the horrors of war. Staying here is slightly better than living on the streets. We also lack cigarettes. We have breaches in the walls, our shelter is not safe, and we have to constantly be on guard. Yeah, things are bad. Things are bad. This is not, definitely not best case scenario for sure. I'm gonna go up and unlock this door, see what's there. Bruno, let's just have you... Actually, let's check this one. It's 1:20 p.m. I think it was 9 when we last hit. Oh, so, oh, right. Okay, so we have to create the fuel first. Yeah, fair enough. Let's try that. And then we'll go and we'll put the fuel inside of here. Oh, that is so good. Where is that? Medications. Okay, that's fantastic. And we got more books. Okay. So that means that for Marko, he is recovering, I guess because of sleep. And if he's just slightly sick, I guess that's an okay thing, right? Okay, so it just throws it in there. Fair enough. It's plus 24 degrees. Yeah, he's not doing well. He is not doing well. I'm hoping that with a good night's rest, he'll be okay. We're just gonna have him rest for now. Pavle, come on down here. You're gonna be on guard duty tonight. Now, there's another thing that I don't really understand. So we're at 3:50 p.m. If I just end the day, cool, we go right to nighttime. But I'm wondering if it's better to not end the day, and you would want to have your people, like, I don't know if it kind of accelerates their resting, or if it nullifies it, or what the exact scenario is. So, until I know any different, I'll probably just end the day if I don't know what I want to do with it. What we could do is... I think we're gonna keep Marko hungry. Sounds terrible, honestly. But when we get some food, some components, and parts, which is already stacking up and being intimidating, then I will feed him tomorrow. So an axe could be good, I guess. But knowing that we can just make fuel, from just the regular wood, maybe we don't need to upgrade this just yet, and maybe we could be better off with... I don't know. It's really tough to say what we need, not knowing what we're gonna run into. Maybe a crowbar wouldn't be a bad idea. We could make some extra lockpicks. Let's make one just in case we run into anything in the field. And if we want to, we could try and get maybe our moonshine thing going. So it's 6:50. Okay, 7 p.m. just hit. So we need components, wood, and food. That should be our priority. We also needed parts for something. But if we can get some moonshine going and maybe another bed, then I would be, at least, I think I would be pretty happy. So let's go and do... Let's go and do another night here. Okay, end the day. Now, we're gonna grab Marko to scavenge. We're going to have Bruno sleep in the bed, and Pavle, you're going to be on guard. Okay? And we've got a couple of new locations. St. Mary's Church is still a place of meetings for the local community. Priest Oleg is known for his charitable work and offering refuge to the poor. Might have something to give away or trade. Okay. Vestry behind the church is devastated and abandoned. We could find some useful materials there. That could be good. And a garage. Before the war, you could have had your car repaired there. It was a decent family business run by an impulsive son and his elderly father. If they still live there, they might be willing to trade with us. Alternatively, we might find lots of useful parts there and maybe even some food. Caution advised. Okay, I think it's safest we just run back to this cottage, honestly. So let's do it. We are going to take the shovel and the lockpick. The rest can stay behind.